Okay, so in today's video, I'm going to be showing you the best rod progression guide inside of Fisch. So inside of Fisch, there are numerous rods that you're going to want to get from, I would just say, starter to in-game rods. Now, I will have every recommendation from the rods you should get, the rods you should get enchants with, and all that. So first things first is going to be obviously the starting rod you should probably get, which is going to be up here. Now, my first and foremost preference is going to be the carbon rod as a starter. Now, as a quick note, most of these rods don't have any beforehand requirement except buying them, so I will be giving away aquarium fish that'll make you millions and millions an hour, alongside a ton you can sell to make a few million by themselves. So if you want to enter into that giveaway, comment your Roblox username down below and leave a like. So the first rod we're going to be looking at after the carbon rod is pretty straightforward, but the reason for the carbon rod is as a starter rod with a 15% lure speed, 25% lug, 0.05 control, 10% resilience, and 600 kg. It is really, really good. Now, obviously, if you are just starting off, I would recommend just staying at moose wood and fishing, fully grinding this if you can. Work on it if you can do sunken chests, since you're going to get really good value out of those. But once you have fully gotten this rod and made plenty of money, you're going to want to save up 40,000, and this is when we're going to go get the next rod. Now, the second rod in this is going to be called the wildflower rod. Now, the last time I made this video, the rod pretty much went from 7,000 to 40,000 right after I posted it, so they buffed the price like immediately. So you're going to come on over to Terrakin Island just up here, and it's just going to be leaning against this stuff right here, Bible for 40,000. So this rod is pretty good for its stats and its price. So as you see, it is going to have a lure speed of 70%, a luck of 75, a control of 0.17, resilience of 17%, and a max kg of 700. So this is a really, really secondary rod. And now my recommendation is you don't really want to get enchants this early in, since both they cost enchant relics and you probably won't have many, and just in general. But I would recommend fishing in this one specific zone just for money in general. Now we're going to be going over to what is called the Carrot Garden. Now this is my overall favorite and recommended spot for just fishing in general for both money and XP. So you're just going to come on into Mushgrove Swamp right here and come on over to this little thing right here. This is going to be next to the alligator swamp where all these carrots are. You're going to click crawl right here. Now this is the Carrot Garden, and the reason I really like this spot is this little body of water has a numerous amounts of fish you can catch from it, especially mythics and exotics, meaning you can get a lot of good value out of here. And if you join public servers, there's a really good chance that they're running auroras, meaning you can get even better value. Now, once you are in here, you can buy the carrot rod if you want. I mean, I wouldn't really recommend spending your credits if you are low on those. But the next thing we're going to be doing is what is called the third step. So this is going to be the third recommended one, and this is going to be the King's Rod. Now, the King's Rod is pretty good as a third rod to get. So this is going to be over at the Statue of Sovereignty, which I'll head on over to right now. Now, as a quick note, depending on where you are in the game, I will have some chapters put in this video, so you can just click on to whichever progression you're at, and I'll have, once again, the chapters and all of that. So you can just click on to whichever one you are wanting to get. So if you're at a specific rod, you can just click on to that. And if you do have any rod, I will have this website linked in the description, which has all of the rods. You can check which ones you have, right? That'll have tiers, progress tiers, and if you're at any rod, I'd recommend going to the tier after it. So that will be once again linked in the description. So that is partially what I am using for this tutorial as well. So over in this is going to be Keeper's Altar. So inside of Keeper's Altar, you're going to come into here, and this is going to be sitting right here, Bible for 100,000. Now the King's Rod is really broken for this one passive. It is going to make all fish caught 30% bigger. Now this is the first rod I would recommend you enchanting, and so with enchant relics, once again, I'll also be giving away some enchant relics. I'll be giving away honestly just a few hundred of them, so you'll have a good chance of getting them. So comment your Roblox username down below, say like enchant relics, or I want enchant relics, something like that, and I'll be giving away some of those. But I'd recommend getting Sea Prince, Sea King, or Sea Overlord on it. Any of those enchants are going to increase fish size even further, meaning combined with the passive that the rod already has, you're going to get some really good value out of it. Now the next rod, this is going to be the Great Dreamer Rod, or what I would also recommend is maybe the Great Rod of Oscar. But to get the Great Dreamer Rod to spawn in, what you're going to need to do is activate this one thing. So you're going to need to spawn in Cursed Isle. Now you can do this via Sundial Totems, which is pretty decent. I'll have a video in the top right corner if you don't know how to get that. I mean, if you're not at that point yet in the game. So this will spawn in during night, during a few different specific weather events. I believe during autumn and all that it'll spawn in, but if none of these specific things are met, it won't spawn in. But it'll be sent in the top section. It'll say the Cursed Isle is spawned in. It'll just be right at the entrance Bible. But the Great Dreamer Rod is really really overpowered. It's at a 75% lure speed, 147% luck, 0.17 control, 17% resilience, and 150 kg. Now there is 50% chance it'll give it a mutation, which has a 4x increase, I believe. And every 3 to 4 fish you catch, it is going to play a little animation where you will actually get a free extra fish. So it'll pretty much dupe the fish you just caught. This animation looks like this, so he'll just pull up a fish and throw it to you. So just free fish at that point, and really good passive. So only a few fishing rods actually have similar passives where they can just give you extra stuff. But after you've gotten the Great Dreamer rod, the next rod I'm going to recommend is going to be the Great Rod of Oscar. Now I have a full video guide on how to get this, which will be in the top right corner right now if you want to click on over to that. Once you have gotten the Great Rod of Oscar, this is once again really overpowered. This is going to be what's going to help you level up. So the Great Rod of Oscar has a pretty good passive where it'll increase the XP gained by about 35%, I believe, meaning you'll level up even further. And then if you get a clever enchant on it and you get the wise enchant from Exalted Relics, it'll be boosted even further. Now the reason for this is this will give it to almost a 3 times increase on your luck, or not luck, your XP gained. Then alongside this, if you perfect catch a fish, since it has decently high control naturally, you'll get another 2x to that. So you'll get 6x increase on the fish you catch on the XP gained, which is really beneficial for leveling up early in the game. But alongside that, the aquarium, also once again, we're giving away a bunch of fish for this. Comment your Roblox username down below, leave a like. You'll be able to gain XP and levels really fast through this. So once again, that'll be pretty beneficial. Now the next rod we're going to be going to look at is going to be the Luminescent Oath. So to get the Luminescent Oath, this is really simple. So you're gonna have to come on down to the Luminescent Cavern, which I'll have a full video guide on how to get down here in the top right corner if you want to click on over to that. But essentially you're gonna have to have what is called a weather matrix event start. Now during a weather, or not weather matrix, you can use the weather matrix, that's my bad, but you'll need a starfall event. So the starfall event can be activated via a starfall totem, and it will spawn in right here. As you can see the outline, but it'll be viable right here. Holy crap, I'm yapping about the wrong rod. So what you're gonna want to do is come on into the Luminescent Cavern right here, and the Luminescent Oath is going to be viable right here for 1.5 million. But the first requirement is you're going to have to fully complete the bestiary inside of the Luminescent Cavern. So you don't have to get the Colossal Ethereal Dragon, thank goodness, but you'll have to get everything else. So if you want a guide for the Colossal Blue Dragon, I'll have a video in the top right corner on how to get that and the best way to get it to spawn in and all that. But you're going to have to fully complete the bestiary and index in here. Now the reason why this is the second best rod I would recommend getting is its passive. So 85% lure speed, 100% luck, 0.18 control, 10% resilience, and 250,000 kg. So this has a really high chance. If you perfect catch, it'll have a guaranteed chance to apply the mastered mutation. Now the mastered mutation is what I have on most of my best fish, and this is pretty much, as you see, going to put this particle effect around it. Now this is going to have a 17x increase to the value you get. So any fish, say if it's worth 1 million, it'll be worth 16 million. So it is one of the best mutations in the game under tryhard. So I'd really recommend getting this rod. But the next rod we're going to get is the big brother to the Luminescent Oath, this is the best final recommendation as an endgame rod, which is going to be the Ruinous Oath. Now this has some crazy good skins. This is what it looks like normally. It's like a sword. Now the Ruinous Oath is really overpowered for a few different reasons, but you're gonna have to get into Crimson Cavern for this, which is inside of the Luminescent Cavern. So you're gonna need a Crimson Colossal Blue Dragon. I'll be giving away that as well. So once again, pretty much anything that has a requirement I'll be giving away. So if you want that, once again, comment that you want that, your Roblox username, and leave a like. So we're gonna swim all the way over to the area real quick. Now similarly to the Luminescent Oath, the requirement is pretty much the same. It looks relatively the same as well. It's in this little thing right here. It's going to be viable for 30 million. So you're going to need a lot of credits for this, but you're going to have to fully complete the bestiary for Crimson Cavern, but you're also going to have to fully complete it in the sparkling and shiny, which means you have to get every fish and also get every fish sparkling and shiny. Now, my recommendation is, since this is a late game rod and you're probably going to have a lot of progress before you get to this, I would honestly recommend using the Destiny rod, since it's going to give you a 10% higher chance for sparkling and shiny. And then if you also get glittered, and I just have invincible on it because the reason for it is you can't catch this without invincible since its kg is too low. But if you also get blessed on it, you will have nearly a 15 to almost 20% chance higher to catch sparkling or shiny. And then if you also pair this with shiny surges or sparkling Night of Luminous, I believe it's called, you will have even higher chances for getting sparkling and shiny. Now, once you have caught most of them, with sparkling and shiny is my recommendation using the weather events and that rod. If you can't do that, your next best bet is using the appraisal. So what I set up is a basic tiny task macro, which, is relatively simple. So what I would do is equip any fish that I was trying to get the enchant on. So like the ancient dragon. So like this one, I got this one and pretty much I just equipped it and then made a macro sit and appraise it constantly for me until it had sparkling and shiny, and I did that for all of them, especially the ones you can only get via crab cages. But as a quick note, I'm giving away the entire sparkling and shiny bestiary for the Crimson Cavern. So if you want this, comment sparkly in your Roblox username and leave a like. I'll be giving that away. But after you have gotten the Ruinous Oath, my final recommendation is honestly, this is one of the best late game rods. As you see, it has 95% lure speed, 500% luck, a 0.08 control, 25% resilience, and infinite kg. I would honestly recommend either getting this rod or getting the Ani Ralphix rod. Now, if you don't know how to get this, I'll have a video in the top right corner, since that is a whole quest in and of itself. But that is pretty much it for the video. Once again, if you need help with any of these, comment down below, join my Discord server. But that is it for the video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you.